Hello everybody, welcome Capricorn. I'm doing this reading for my Capricorn Twin Flame Collective. Those of you who find yourself on a twin flame journey, we are taking a look at what's happening in your dynamic with your divine masculine, what is happening with them in association to you, and what you can expect in this connection during the month of August, what you should be aware of, and just to be conscious of the energies, because this puts you in a position of understanding where you are and how to better master your energies and tap into the growth that is meant to serve you during this time. Okay. To those of you who are new, I'm High Priestess Elif. I am a no tools medium. I channel most of my reading. From the time that I start this recording until I finish, I am channeling. I receive messages from Spirit, and it is my job to interpret the energies, the messages, the visions that I see and I receive in a way that makes sense to you. That is what I do here. So everything that I say is part of your reading. It is not my personal opinion. It is not my judgment into your situation. I don't have any bias because I don't know who's coming to see these videos. Your guides and keepers will guide you here because these are messages that you need to receive and to hear. I always ask that you take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition, and ask your guides and keepers to guide you. Don't just take whatever is out there. You need to be very selective about your energy. Trust your intuition. Your guides and keepers will let you know if it is your message. It will resonate without a doubt. Certain aspects of the message will absolutely resonate, and those that are not meant for you won't. It is a general reading, as you know, so not everything is supposed to resonate, but you will know if it is in fact a message for you and if you can benefit from what comes through. To my regular viewers, I thank you for your likes, your comments, and your subscription. I start all of my readings with a meditation where I open a channel for remote healing in the lives of my subscribers in the area of love and relationship with yourself. Your life experience, everything that you experience here in this reality is based on your relationship with yourself, and it is in essence about love. Your life experience is about love and the levels of agape love you are able to ascend to, especially on the twin flame journey. It is a soul journey. It is a spiritual awakening. It is not just a romantic story between two people, about two people that come together or need to come together. No, you are one soul. You have two minds and two bodies, and so the 3D reality will always be a representation, a manifestation of what your essence is on a soul level, your state of being is on a soul level, your relationship with yourself, your true self is, and what you give energy to, and what you give focus to, and what you consider to be your truth. So many of us identify with our thinking mind, our ego, as who we are, as our truth, and this is where we often get, caught up or stuck in a maze, feeling blocked, finding ourselves going in a painful direction and not understanding why. So that is what this reading is about, to bring you insights into your situation. Capricorn, this reading is for you, those of you on the spiritual awakening, on the twin flame journey. Let's take a look at what is happening with your person moving into the month of August. Okay, so your person has had a lot of beliefs, very, very strong beliefs. This is somebody that relies on their own understanding. They're not really open to other people's perspective. They believe what they believe, and they've got a very rigid way of thinking. Now, I'm not talking about someone that has an open personality. I'm talking about who this person is at their core. So characteristically, you will notice that they might be open to discussing various perspectives, but they will always only be open to doing what they've always done, because that's the belief they're rooted in. That's what they believe is right. They're not really comfortable with inviting new ways of doing things, new perspective into situations and scenarios, because they know what they've always known, and they do what they've always done, and they still expect that hopefully it'll lead them to a new outcome. This is something that you might have found very frustrating in this scenario, because it seems as though they have a tendency to gravitate towards old behavioral patterns that do not work. Doesn't make sense to you, but this is in their coding. It's very, very, very strong in their coding. And what's recently happened, and for many of you, you've not been in contact, is they've discovered that there are deeper truths that they've not really allowed themselves access to in the past. And they've started to gain new perspective, and moving towards the month of August, you will start seeing this in the way that they behave. They do things differently. So I'm seeing that they're coming out of self-imposed bondage. They're not really expressing it or telling people about it. It's something they're keeping quiet because it's still an experimental phase for them. But they've come to realize that there's deeper truths, and now they are willing to allow themselves the opportunity to delve into these deeper truths, experience new ways of doing things, and to see what happens. So they're not confident enough to go around and say, oh, I don't believe that anymore. I think this, they sort of feeling it out for themselves. What is happening here in this releasing of self-imposed bondage? Because they are releasing themselves from beliefs and patterns that held them in bondage for a long time. There's a lot of favor coming into their lives. A lot of what they've wanted for a long time is starting to reveal itself. It's starting to come into their lives. And they're really enjoying this. I do see for you Capricorns that this is probably a younger divine masculine that you're dealing with, or you're just more mature. They see you as being more mature. They see you as being more evolved. They see you as being older. Perhaps not physical maturity, perhaps just maturity in the other aspects. But for some of you, it could be an age difference where you are more mature in age as well. There's a lot of conversations that you guys had, a lot of things that you expressed, a lot of wisdom you imparted on them that they are starting to sort of implement into their lives, understanding the value of it. Obviously, the phase and the period of their lives that they've been experiencing over, let's say, the past few months has helped them to understand deeper value, the essence and the value of the wisdom you've imparted upon them. They see you as being more successful. This scares them a little bit. They feel that this creates an imbalance, that they should be on your level. Otherwise, you will not be able to respect them in the way that they want. Also, for many of you, your divine masculine has been in a situation where someone has had some sort of influence, power over them from a financial perspective. And that is coming to an end. There is a sense of stability that they are reaching for in their emotionally. And what you need to be aware of is that they're only at the beginning of this phase. If your person comes in towards you fast and heavy during the month of August with a declaration or communication about wanting to be together, you have to tread carefully because they are not completely ready. They might be doing this because of the sense of comfort that they feel in your energy, in your presence, but you can't fully trust them. It's about them that they will end up disappointing you again because they are not mature enough. They need time to grow into this new skin of theirs. It's making them feel a little bit insecure, so that might be why they come rushing in. The codependence, needing that place, that sense of security, But Spirit says, don't pour yourself into it. Maintain a healthy detachment. don't invest in this connection during the month of August, because you will just be disappointed. It's not the intention, it's just where they're at. It's where you guys are at in this dynamic, in this, on your process. You've got to give it more time. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look at what is happening for my Capricorn Twin Flame Collective during the month of August. Yep, there's a Tower coming in, as I said. This person that has had a financial hold over them, things are coming to an end there. That hold is being broken. Something is happening for that to take place, for this divine masculine to start to see and realize that even though they've held on to a certain idea of what this is and a false sense of security, that it's really, really not worth it. And there's a new sense of clarity that they're coming into because of this Tower. But remember now, what happens with the Tower is it destroys ego constructs. It's aggressive. Spirit gives you an opportunity to change things, and if you don't, then it destroys it for you. That's what a Tower is. That's the simplest way to put it. That destruction really hurts your ego. It destroys it. It forces it to melt away because of the intensity of the flames that are destroying whatever is not real. And this is a painful process. So it is natural for this person to want to come towards you because they associate you with such a strong sense of comfort, such a strong sense of knowing and clarity. But you can have the tendency to think that this means that they're ready to give you what you want. It's not the case. Okay? So whatever you give openly without any expectation, because you will be disappointed if you have expectation in the situation. So there is someone that has really, really tried to manipulate and navigate this relationship with a situation with this divine masculine in a particular direction. But as I said, that's being moved out of the way. I do see them wanting to come towards you. You are represented in this reading as the Queen of Cups. So they know you to be the one person that has the capacity to love them completely, to give them the emotional comfort and fulfillment that they want. But that also means that they put you on this pedestal where they might feel that you are too good for them or out of their reach. You know what happens, Spirit is showing me this analogy. You know what happens when a child, think about a child that never has any luxuries, and just having the basic meals is something that they're not even certain of, because sometimes there just isn't. So they already have a relationship of lack when it comes to nutrition. And they see on television or they see other kids having treats. Sometimes their parents buy them treats or take them out, and they long for that. They long for that experience, but they just don't have it. And then one day someone comes and provides them with a table full of treats, sweets, cakes, and says, this is all for you. You can enjoy it, but do it in moderation, because otherwise you're going to have a tummy ache. Do you expect that child to really enjoy those treats in moderation? They will gulp it up, not fully experiencing it, not fully being present with it. Like when you eat a dessert that you really love, you savor it, you hold it in your mouth for as long as possible. They won't do that because the fear, the association and the relationship that they have with food and nutrition is lack. So they are going to gulp it up before somebody else comes along and takes it away. Because this might be the first and the last time that they get to have it. And so you see that energy of greed taking away from the beautiful experience that they're supposed to have with enjoying it, savoring it, being present with the fact that they have the well-being enough to have had someone express the kindness to bring into their lives what they've wanted for such a long time, because they don't believe that this is their reality. They think it's a one time only, and they'll gulp it up with such greed, and it'll just, you'll witness it and you'll realize that they're not able to fully appreciate and experience it. This is what I'm seeing with your person when it comes to you. That is why you've experienced them to treat you with such disregard, and not fully be present with who you are and what it is that you've presented them with or brought into their lives, because of exactly that thing. They will take whatever you give them and they will lap it up. They won't even taste, they won't be present, because they don't believe that they're deserving of it, that it is their reality and that it will be there tomorrow. So they won't treat it with that sort of regard. That's the analogy that Spirit has shown me. And so understand that this is where your person's been coming from. They're coming out of that energy, but it's only the beginning. It's going to take time for them to shift into the new energy that's coming into their lives, to make their new perspective and their new beliefs a knowing. It's going to take time. So the beautiful thing is that both of you are being guided intuitively into a positive, powerful direction. You just have to trust Source, and you just have to trust the process. And I know this is an easy concept to think about, but to really do it and to put it into practice takes a lot of work. It takes exercise. You need to allow yourself to equip yourself with all the tools, the reading material, the information that you can get to help you to align yourself with trusting the process, because that's what you need to do. I do see that you guys will have an opportunity to come into partnership. I do see you moving in that direction. As a result of being able to detach from a particular outcome or expectation from this person and just being unconditional in the love that you show, and not allowing yourself to be triggered or your ego to be triggered because you should be doing this and you should be doing that. Understand that people are where they are, and that every person is doing the best they can, and that you need to be doing what is best for you, which is taking care of you. You can be present for other people, but you don't have to empty yourself for somebody else to love you and to validate you. You need to trust in the knowing that you are enough and that what is just is, and you don't have to make it happen. You don't have to prove anything to this person. You have to keep putting yourself first and making yourself a priority without rejecting this person or being nasty to them, being resentful or shifting or blaming them for how you feel. You are responsible for how you feel. Your perspective and how you choose to look upon a situation is what empowers you and either contributes to positive feelings or emotions about it, or negative feelings and emotions about it. This person has such deep emotion for you. You look at what their behavior and what they've done in this 3D reality, and you basing the value that they place upon you and your worth and the value of this connection on that. And you are doing it such a great injustice, because how they've behaved is a product, a symbol of how they feel about themselves, not you. This person has very deep emotion for you. They really want to walk away from a burdensome situation. You also want to stop feeling burdened. You feel burdened even by this connection, but you don't have to. It's because you have this expectation that is not coming, that you don't realize you're pushing away because you're focusing on it and you're focusing on the lack thereof, and therefore the solution can't come. You don't realize this, and that's why you're feeling burdened by it. You are going to continue to find yourself during the month of August pondering on this, trying to evolve and grow in this situation, because that's the phase that you're in. Many of you I'm seeing are only starting to realize that you are in the dark night of the soul, doing the shadow work, feeling the depression, feeling the anxiety, realizing something needs to change. And that something needs to change inward. So, because there is a tendency for codependency here, and there is also an addictive behavior that seems to be at the basis of this separation. But what you need to remember is, as much as there is challenge and strife, and there's been all this contradiction that's come into your reality, it's helped you to grow. It is to support your growth and your healing, so that you can have the wish fulfillment, so that you can have all that your heart desires. You just have to believe that you can have it if you are willing to adjust inward what holds you apart from it. And I know it's easy to blame the divine masculine, but the longer you commit and your ego is attached to blaming the divine masculine, the longer you stay where you are, and there is no progress. And you can hope that one day you wake up and you feel nothing for this person. But if you are on a twin flame, if you are on a twin flame journey, that's not how it works. You have no choice but to rise up, to evolve, to grow, so that you can experience ease. Okay, so Capricorn, that is your message. That is your message. That is what's happening for you. That is the guidance, the advice for the month of August with your person. I trust that you are able to receive it in the way that it is intended, with absolute love. Love yourself. Do what you need to do to grow and to evolve. This is your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening. I wish you well with all of this. If you would like to get a personal reading, insight into your personal situation, or spiritual life coaching done, you are welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. And until next time, I wish you well, love and light. Bye now.